Hi, welcome to Reseller News Weekend. It's July 1st, 2018. My name is Rjpasini. Thank you for joining me. Today I just want to talk a little. First off, I want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who subscribe to my channel. And I just want to go into a little opening with what's going on with eBay. For those who do follow me, and you are eBay sellers or eBay buyers, this channel and the Reseller News is not to make any derogatory statements or to bash any company in particular. It's just to make you aware of what's going on in the e-commerce world. And yes, it does deal with eBay, Amazon, and Etsy, but for those who do follow me on the Reseller News, you notice I talk a lot about what's going on with eBay, and the main reason for that is I sell exclusively on eBay. Well, you could say that, but I also sell on a Bonanza too. But Bonanza, no offense to Bonanza, I don't really get much sales from them, but I do sell exclusively on eBay. Today I just want to go over a couple topics. I have a couple windows that I'm going to be going up to, a couple websites that I'm going to take you to. For those who do follow me, I do not read everything verbatim. Of course, the Reseller News will take that much longer to finish up with, and I don't want it to go that long. I would like to try to keep it cryptic as possible, but sometimes it never works that way because I get really into it sometimes and I just want to voice my opinion and express myself. What I want to talk about is the ongoing problem, the glitches that's going on with eBay. As we all know, the number one right now that I know of is the no views, which is still showing up that way. And the other one recently was with the photos. Those there had a glitch with that as well. But it seems to be there's something else going on, and we're gonna go to Down Detector in a little bit. But first, we're gonna cover eBay stories first, and then we're gonna go to Down Detector, and we're gonna read a little about that, what's going on. I also have two windows open up, one for within Down Detector for Google, and one for eBay, and we'll touch bases on those there, and then we'll take it from there. Let's bump out of this window here. Let's go over here. Now we don't want to go Down Detector yet. We want to go to the stories first with eBay. Now this is from TheVerge.com, and you could check out the stories. Like I said earlier, folks, for those who are new to my channel, I do not read verbatim. I will give you the website as to where I got the information from, and the rest is up to you as to whether you want to follow up and finish it. But I do not read the whole thing. So just to give you guys a heads up. Here we have the best 4th of July, the best 4th of July tech deals from Amazon, eBay, Microsoft, Walmart, and more. It says over here, save on smart home, smart watches, and smart TVs. And again, this is The Verge. It says next Wednesday is July 4th, one of the few summer holidays with decent sales, whether you're planning a huge barbecue or just taking the day to enjoy the rare weekday off from work. You may want to take some time to check out the tech deals happening around the Independence Day this year. Retailers like Amazon, eBay, HP, and more are running sales on everything from smartwatches, 4K TVs. Most 4th of July deals run through the next weekend. And then I'll go on to tell you over here, Amazon, not officially a 4th of July sale. Amazon is running discounts on several tech products, including their smart speaker, the Amazon Tap, and then they go on over here to talk a little more about the Samsung TV, Fire TV Cube, Anchor Soundcore, Spirits earphones, and so on. You can read the rest of that. eBay has it over here. eBay, the online retailer, is working hard to show people that it's more than just an auction site. eBay recently announced best price guarantee that offers full 110% back if you find a product at a lower price. There obviously is a bit fine print there, but it says, but it might be worth scouring the web to see if you could find your next eBay purchase at a lower price somewhere else. eBay's 4th of July code party in USA applies to select purchases over $25. Several smart home devices included in the sale. Head over to eBay sale page for full list of checkout or check out the Best Below, and of course they got the Philips Hue 3D Generation Smart Bulb Kit for $139, third gen Nest thermostat for $217, or a mini smart plug Wi-Fi enabled outlet for $13.99. You can read the rest of this here. I'm not going to get into it. That story I pulled off of Diverge.com. The next one is Engadget. Okay, yeah, okay, Engadget. All right. They're talking over here. eBay starts selling discounted comic bundles. It will also sell Madfire motion books. Okay. I'm not too familiar with this here. I am not a gamer. I don't really get into these things here, but it says over here eBay is one of the go-to places for collectibles of old comic books, titles. But now you could also make it a habit to check the website if you're looking for some sweet digital comic deals. I did have some comic books on eBay. I really didn't do too good with them. Apparently they might not have been top of the line comics that people were looking for. And in regards to games, I don't really get too much into games. I had a couple on there. I don't know if they're still up. I know some I've taken down. But if you guys want to check into this here, you can read the rest of the story here. And you can find that on Engadget.com. And the story you're looking for is just, or you could just do a Google search, eBay starts selling discounted digital comic bundles. Okay. Like I said again, I don't really get too involved with games. You know, these game like PS3s and PS4, whatever. I don't get too much of that. And as far as with comic books and stuff like that, I don't really get too much with that as well. I never really did too good with them. But you guys out there may have stuff like that. You might be really good at it. Not for me. Over here, game related. Today's eBay's coupon is perfectly timed to the next classic release. A mini console could be yours for $50 if you move super quickly. Now, this information I put out came out on the other two. They came out a couple days ago. This one came out June 29th. Sorry about the delay. As I said in my other videos, there are times the reseller news may be a couple days late. So now they become referred, later on. But what can I tell you? I mean, I can't do it all. I tried to do my own research and I got my own work in between. But I do try to get the news out there. Like I said, better late than never, right? At least you got an idea what's going on. It goes on to say eBay has been one of the few places you could still find an NES Classic Edition, all bit up to $300 markup. Excuse me. Since Nintendo discontinued the plug-and-play console in the spring of 2017. Today, though, you can actually get a NES Classic at 15% discount if you move quickly. eBay is offering 15% off of all orders, $25 or more, for 1 day and only with code PERFECTDAY. Sorry about this, folks. Probably saying you could have got this out earlier and we could have probably taken advantage of it. I apologize. Like I said, I get the Google alerts, eBay alerts and stuff like that from different sources, and when I get them, sometimes they're not always there on time, or they get lost in the mail. I got over like 18,000 emails. There's no way I can filter through all of them, so I do apologize about that. But like I said, at least you have an idea. This information came off of Polygon.com, and you can check the rest of that out. Here's a sad story. Last day at Toys R Us draws eBay sellers and flea marketers. You know what's sad about it, because I remember taking my daughters there when they were little. We used to love going there. It was like going to Walt Disney World with them. Every time I went to Toys R Us, the kids would run up and down the aisles picking this up. Mommy, can I get this? Daddy, can I get this? They're playing with the toys. It was like, it was, I don't know, it was just, it is sad, to be honest with you. And then let alone the Sears by me over here in Long Island, New York, they closed up, I think in April. So that's another icon store that's been around for, oh my gosh, since my kids were little, and then some. That had to be at least 35, 40 years, if not longer. And that's gone. And the Toys R Us that we used to have was in, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Long Island. We used to be in Levittown, New York. They went out a while back, a long time ago, probably before even this latest bunch of stores closing up. It went back, I don't know, that had to be back, my daughters were born in 1992, probably I would say around 1995, 1998, around that time frame. It's around that's when we were starting to, the kids were getting a little older and we haven't gone shopping as much. But it was around that time span where the stores were going out of business or losing, you know, revenue, and that's when they were starting to get ready to close up. They didn't close them all up at one time, but they closed stores one by one. And the one in Levittown, I think, lasted for a while before it closed up altogether. And we used to take our kids there all the time. It's kind of sad. But anyway, going over here, it says Springfield, Zach Lucas, normal business is antiques, collectible, mid-century furniture, prints, and paintings. But it says over here, Thursday, he and his helpers loaded a box of strollers, car seats, and unopened superhero figures into the U-Haul outside a Toys R Us store on Boston Road. Thursday was the last day of operation as Toys R Us, the nation's largest toy retailer, shut down its location forever. Liquidators were selling off the stock as much as 90% off. You're going to probably see a lot of this now, folks. You're probably going to see a lot of Toys R Us on eBay and all the other Amazon and so forth. So it's not going to be any surprise to anyone. Whenever a store goes out or having a major discounts, whatever, you know, they're liquidating inventory. You're going to see a lot of people, especially a lot of sellers, jumping in on that bandwagon to get there and you know, get their divvy on these items. But anyway, you could check this out, folks. This is in the masslive.com, and you can read the rest of the story. And we got one over here. This is a funny story. He's kind of crazy. It says, this is alarming. Man starts selling dirty underwear on eBay as a security system. I'm not going to tell you what I think that is. That's up to you. But it says, attention car thieves, don't forget to bring gloves. It is what it is, folks. It says over here, a British author stumbled in a new business venture in selling a pair of soiled underwear on eBay as a car security system for $12. I'm sorry, I don't mean to start laughing during the show here, but anyway, it says the ad shows a dirty pair of red briefs wrapped on a steering wheel and pitches it as the best steering lock ever, guaranteed to put any car thief off nicking your car. I don't know what to tell you. I guess, you know, I guess anything sells on eBay. Now, I don't know if this person, if anybody bought it. I really don't know. But you can check out the story. I'm not going to read the rest of it. It's on Fox News, foxnews.com. And all you got to do is, if you can't find it on this URL here, just type in on a Google search, man starts selling dirty underwear on eBay, and it should bring it up right, you know, bring it right to that site. Now it's time for the down detector stories. Okay, folks, here we have the down detector. For those who are not familiar with downdetector.com, I like it. Not only does it have a whole bunch of different, it talks about different companies that experiencing, you know, website problems, login problems, and checkout problems. What I like about Down Detector is it keeps you abreast pretty much of what's going on. Now, I don't know, a lot of people may have their different views on it, may think, well, I don't really, you know, believe what's said on this here. Regardless, folks, whether you believe it or not, what's on here, these are people that are voicing their opinion, and they are making, you know, they are making a statement as to what's going on with eBay. This was done on June 29, 2018 by downdetector.com. Says eBay's having issues since 12:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever. It says, are you affected? Leave a message in the comments. To get in here, to be part of this or leave comments on here, you need to you know, sign up with them, and you can leave a comment. As you can see over here, I have Shop Rjpasini for great deals. This is mine right here. I did answer one in regard to the no views. However, there have been quite a few I've been answering on the eBay community chat board, not so much on this one here, not because it's a bad site. It's just that I get too busy sometimes, get caught up in my work and I don't have the time. This is why I'm sharing this with you guys out there who are eBay sellers and buyers. If there is issues, you are experiencing issues, and you want to be more aware of what's going on, go to downdetector.com. You're going to get a whole window that's going to come up. Just scroll down, pick out the windows you want. I picked out eBay. I also picked out the problems at Google. And you can read what other sellers, these are sellers apparently on there, voicing what's going on, you know, sharing their concerns of what's going on with eBay. And here's one that came out 16 hours ago. This is one 6 hours ago. It says over here, if you see only a dash mark on your views for items for sale, Does that mean it's not? It isn't visible to potential buyers? You could reply and you could share. I'm not going to read all of these here, folks. Here's another one, Florida boy. The eBay computers are messing up again tonight. Tried to place bids. It jumps all around and then went to another seller's. It went another item from another seller. Once again, eBay screwed themselves, and the seller is out twice the bid of money. Their own computers are cutting their revenue. eBay is a train wreck. Had never been seen these issues since 18 years. And wow, these guys have been selling a lot longer. I didn't realize that. They are running their own company. Yeah, it says they're ruining their own company. So safe, everyone. You can read the rest of this here. I'm not going to read all these comments. I just wanted to share this with you. If you haven't been on here, for those who are new and you're not familiar with downdetected.com, check it out. I highly recommend it. If you want to leave comments, you just got to sign up with it there, and you could also voice your opinion. Or if you want to share, join in the discussion as to what's going on, you could do that, but you got to sign up for it. It's very. I would definitely do it, folks. And this one here, it's got 2,400. It says 2,420 comments. Okay, you could be reading this here all day, all night. And right over here, if you look up, it says most reported problems. Website 59%, logins 21%, and checkout is 18%. Okay, this is for June 29th. The status overview. And it shows you this little graph here, how many reports came in, and then it drops down. But over here, here's a real big spike right over here. 105 reports came in. So there's definitely issues going on. And for those who don't know about it, you might want to check your listings out, folks. There's been a lot of talk going on about the no views situation. The other thing with the photos are being deleted, I believe, and promoted. I'm not sure 100% if it's promoted listings, but you got to check. I'm not really too sure on that, but I know I've been reading a lot of it on different blog sites and stuff, so you might want to check into that. Now we'll go over here to Google. Here they got login 60%, search 39%. This was for June 29th. Okay, this is a new date. As you can see, 2018. It's saying something that was 3-4 years ago. It says over here, all three Google Wi-Fi went offline yesterday at 4:46 p.m. Western Time. No amount, it says no amount of rebooting or factory resetting would make the broadcast again. So I pulled out an old Netgear and Apple Airport Extreme. What Google Wi-Fi replaced was back and online again. Apparently, Google is having their own problems as well. It says over here it's running into almost constant DNS issues where the sites are not working at times, and Ping cannot find said sites sometimes. And already flushed DNS cache and refreshed it, and it helped a bit, but the issue has come back again. That's much worse. Apparently, folks, the reason why you're probably saying, why would you do Google too? Because if you really think about it, Google and eBay kind of like work hand in hand. As far as I was told, even like listen to eBay radio, they do. Google has some kind of alliance with eBay as far as like with search. Now I could be wrong. Maybe I misunderstood the talk show host, but it seems like they have a little alliance with them. Not an alliance where they're working hand in hand, but when you're doing search with eBay, we all know that Google is going to be the #1 search engine that you're going to look. I know I do. And I'm sure a lot of people do. If you got an item that's up there and you want to find out about it, or let's say you're looking for a particular item, sometimes people don't always go to eBay. They'll go right to, they'll do a Google search. And the reason why is because when you go to a Google search, it will take you to different websites that are selling that particular item that you're looking for. For example, if I'm looking for toner cartridges or ink cartridges for my laser or color printer, I will go to Google, type in toner cartridge for my laser printer, let's say, which is an HP. It's an HP LaserJet P25DN, and when you click that in, it'll bring you to different websites. It will bring you to eBay, Amazon, maybe if Etsy's selling, I don't know, but I don't think they sell stuff like that. But it'll take you to different websites, and then you could have pretty much the pick of the litter as to where you want to go. And you will notice sometimes, in most cases, you will see eBay and Amazon there as well. That's why, like I said, with the glitches that are going on with Google, people may say, well, I don't think that's going to really have too much, precedence on what's going on with eBay. But you never know. One works hand in hand, you know what I'm saying? If it's not found in search, if your items are not found in search and eBay's experiencing glitches, I think, therefore, it might play a little role in slow sales and also in finding your items. I'll give you, for instance, When I called up eBay in regards to the no views, the teammate told me, I think I told this story once before in my other videos, I got two different answers. One teammate told me that the no views does not affect your view, does not affect your search. Okay, they said people can still search for your items. Now, that may be true, but after I got off the phone with that with the teammate, I checked out an item I had listed, right? I have a 330 listings right now, and I was looking for something. I don't know if it was a printer or whatever it was, and I typed it in like I normally would, like if I was going to look for it, right? I put in, I think it was an HP printer or whatever it was, 7520 printer, and I didn't see it come up in search. Now, again, maybe it's the way I typed it in, but I mean, how many ways can you type it in? I mean, if you're going to look for something, that's what you're going to type in, right? I'm not talking about other people's items. I'm talking about my own. So people say, wait a minute, I went to Google and I typed in that printer you're talking about. I seen a whole bunch come up. Yeah, you might be talking about other people. I'm talking about my own. I'm talking about my own printer. Okay, my listing, not somebody else's listing. I'm not concerned about other people's listings. I'm concerned about my listing. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm referring to. But anyway, within that same conversation with the teammate, in regards to no issue situation, the teammate did say that it won't affect your search, and it will not affect your sales. Okay, long story short, called up another teammate at another time, same issue, no views, and I asked the teammate. I said, listen, I got a question to ask you. I'm going to bump out of this, folks, right? I'm going to bump out, so bear with me for 1 minute here, because I think we already talked about what I want to talk about. There's no other window, so let's get to it here. And like I was saying, I did talk to that other teammate, and that teammate had expressed willfully, came out. I did not coerce him or anything. All like simple question I asked was, could this cause a problem in sales with the no views? And he didn't go in a roundabout way saying it. He came right out and said it. Yes, this could affect sales. Now, one teammate says it will not affect your sales. Another eBay teammate says it could affect your sales. Okay. I didn't pick and probe the person. They willfully came out and stated that to me. And people who know and follow me on the Reseller News or even on my YouTube channel, I tell it like it is. I'm not here to bash any company or put anybody down. Okay, I'm not making any derogative statements. This is not to hurt eBay in any way, size, shape, or form. Like I said again, for those who are new to this channel, I've been selling on eBay on and off since July of 1999. So I got some time in. Not a seasoned seller. When I say seasoned seller, I'm not a person that's been selling on eBay full time for 8, 10, 15 years, or 20 years, whatever, or 18 years. Okay, I started doing this, getting into it more in June of 2016 when there was a job layoff at my company. We had 1,000 jobs go overseas, in case anybody's wondering. So if you could say, I've been in this here probably a year and a half. So am I a professional at it? No, but I do a lot of research, and it's why I do the Reseller News. The Reseller News, folks, is to enlighten. Like I said again, it's with his initiative to help, inspire, and share. And it's also to enlighten particular sellers and buyers who are selling online to, give you a heads up as to what's going on out there. Okay? This YouTube channel is no way, size, shape, or form to make any derogative, like I said, statements or comments about anybody, any YouTube creator, any eBay seller or buyer. Okay? I am not here to bash anybody. Okay, I'm here just to put the news out as I get it. Okay, and if people are wondering how I come across the news, I get a lot of alerts from different websites that send me information, and when I get the information, I filter through what I think might be of interest to people, and then again, there may be some things I put on the Reseller News that may not be of interest to people. Okay, it's basically to enlighten you, to let you know what's going on in the e-commerce world. That's what this channel is all about. Okay, and as I stated many a times before, if you are again new to this channel, it might sound like a broken record. I apologize, but it's a clean content channel. There's no religion or politics discussed on this channel, or no profanity, and I consider it a kid-safe YouTube channel. meaning that if you have small kids around, your family, friends, or members, whatever, friends around that, that come to visit you, and you just happen to be watching my channel, you don't have to worry about any crazy talk coming out or any profanity. That's not what this channel is all about. And as long as I'm creating these videos and I am the sole creator of these videos, that is never going to happen. Okay, I do these videos with good intentions to help people out. That's what it's all about, to share information. What you do with it is totally up to you. I do some do-it-yourself and how-to videos. I haven't done any recently, but if you look at my past videos, I don't know how many this is. What is this, 560 something? I didn't even know. I lost track after 500. I don't know how many videos I have right here. But all I know is, if you check out some of the videos I have, I do put out some pretty decent videos, and they're good. They're pretty good videos, I consider. Not because I created them, but I consider them to be good videos. But anyway, folks, enough with the rambling on. For those who are experiencing any issues with eBay in regards to no views or pitches disappearing, all I can tell you is eBay is well aware of it. It's definitely an ongoing glitch. I just looked at my listings before I did this video, and yes, they're still doing the same thing, showing 0 views. What can you do? We're on their platform. The only thing you can do, like some people gave me advice, is you can go to different websites, different selling platforms, Mercari, eBid, Poshmark, Etsy, whatever. It's the same information you're going to get from other people as well. Okay. I wish I could be more positive in my coming out with the information here to share with you guys. I would love to be more inspiring, but there's only so much I could share with you guys out there in regards to selling on eBay. I don't know any other ways to make it. Matter of fact, I just want to share this with you really quick. As you know, eBay Radio, I believe their last show is going to be when they come back, or when they go to, which is this month coming up, eBay Open, I think it is. They're going to be down there in Vegas. I believe Lee Marable is retiring, and therefore that show will no longer, I guess, I don't know how it's going to work. From what Griff was saying the last time, it's going to probably be doing podcasts. I don't know how it's going to be. And so I don't know if they're going to have it on. I don't know if Griff is going to be a one-man band with this here, and still keep the same schedule. They usually go on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On the East Coast time, it's usually Tuesdays, usually 2 to 5, I believe, and on Thursdays it's usually 2 to 4. Tuesdays runs 1 hour long. It's the eBay Top Rate Seller Hour. From what Grip was saying, though, it will be a podcast and it will be a live one. In other words, people will call in and then it'll be uploaded as a podcast if you want to listen to eBay Radio. In regards with eBay Radio, I have to say, for the times I listened to it, I did listen to it religiously, and I probably will listen to it right up to the end, preferably. Unless I'm too busy doing some other stuff. But you could always listen to the archives as well. If you haven't, or you don't know of it, you might want to check it out. You can go there by going to voicemarketing.com, and that should bring you to the eBay Radio. You could listen to the archives. Once the show goes off, I don't know how long those archives are going to be, and I don't know if they're going to take them with them. Like in other words, take them off the site, or they're going to leave them out there for people to listen to past recordings, and that's totally up to them. I don't know how that's going to work out. But Griff did mention that it will be doing podcast. So therefore, I guess when he's doing it live, you can call in if you have any questions. I like it. I like the eBay Radio. To me, like I said, they do put out positive content. They do have top rate sellers come on there. They do have people that are successful, that probably do a lot better sales than I am, that's for sure. They do come out with good stuff over there. You do get some good pointers there. Although I will say this, I don't mean it to sound derogative, but I will say this though, for the times I did listen to eBay Radio, they really never touch bases on things of this nature. And I understand why, because let's face the facts, eBay Radio is to promote your business, to enlighten you with selling on eBay, and the last thing they want to do is have people come on with the negative persona and start bad mouthing or bashing eBay, which is not going to be allowed anyway, because I guess that's why they screen the calls. When I never called in, but I think when they screen the calls, like, one of the questions is probably going to be, well, what would you like to discuss? And I think if somebody was to sit there and say, well, I want to discuss about the system glitches in eBay, no views and so on and so forth, I don't know if those issues, or I should say topics, would be allowed on eBay Radio, or would they be censored or screened? I don't know. But it would have been nice to, talk about those type of issues rather than talking about, well, it's a little, the show's a little interesting. You'd have to listen to it to know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to sit here and make any derogative statements about it. It was a good show. Let's put it there. It was a good. I liked it. Like I said again, you got some good tips from it. I'm not here to talk bad mouth it or whatever. Will it be missed? Yeah, I'll miss it. But like I said, if Riff is going to do the podcast, then I could always check it out like that and see where that goes. I hear mixed stories about as to why the show ended, but I'm not going to get into that because I know I'll be getting some comments, and they probably won't be nice comments. People are sitting there saying probably God knows what, I don't know, but I always hear different stories about as to why the show is ending. But right now, I'm believing it that is it's because one of the co-hosts is going to retire, and we're going to leave it at that. But folks, I just want to say in closing, thank you for joining me with the Reseller News Weekend. Today is July 1st, 2018. I hope the information I provide for you guys out there, for buyers and sellers, you get something out of it. I don't want to keep this channel, or not the channel, I do want to keep the channel. I don't want to keep this Reseller News going too long, because I've known in the past I've done videos that are over an hour long, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know if people are out there watching them because it is an hour long, but I hope they would. I do bring out some pretty good things with these, with the Reseller News. And even, like I said, with the sneak peek videos, demo videos, and intro videos. As you notice, I haven't done any sneak peek videos. And the reason why I haven't done sneak peek videos, folks, is because I'm not going to go out and source for items and put them up on eBay if eBay's broken. That would make no sense, and I'll tell you why. For me, it wouldn't make sense. First off, if I went sourcing at thrift stores and I spent X amount of money, right, to put up on eBay, first off, I'm tying up my money. Okay, so let's say you go out sourcing for one day, you spend $100, and you come home and you say, well, you clean up these items, whatever they are, and you say, you're gonna catalog them like I always do. I catalog them. I put the price when I pay for it, whether it's a half day off, 25% off, whatever. After I catalog it, I clean it, make sure it's good, and then I do my sneak peek videos. And the purpose of the sneak peek videos is to give you, the potential eBay buyer, a heads up as to what's going to be going on either that day or the next day. Because it depends, if it's too late in the evening, I do not do it. I will do the video, but the next day is when the items will actually be up on eBay. It's basically like it's a sneak peek video. That's what it's all about. It's to give you a heads up, give first dibs on it, hopefully, before it hits the eBay world there, and that's what it's all about. But the reason why, like I said, I'm not doing that is because if eBay's system is broke, why am I going to keep going out sourcing? It's not going to do anything for me anyway. A lot of people will get in a debacle with that and say, well, I hear it all the time, folks. I hear it on eBay Radio. I read it on certain blog posts. People say, well, if you want to end up higher in a search engine, you got to keep listing every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Listen, folks, I like eBay, okay? But I'm not going to give them money haphazardly. I'm not going to keep listing every day, as people say, to get higher up in the search engine rankings. I'm not doing that. Because first of all, if you need that money to pay your bills, if it's something that, let's say I spent $100 today, and within a week's time, or maybe 2 weeks' time, I could turn that $100 into $300, $400, or whatever it is, then it's worth doing it. But if the system is broken, why am I going to want to take that money that I need to pay bills at the end of the month and try and put it up on eBay? I don't believe in it. I don't believe that bit. Okay, just like the story, like I said, with the two eBay teammates. One says it doesn't affect your sales, another one says it does. Why am I going to want to keep listing on a daily basis if I'm not getting anything in return? That makes no sense whatsoever. And all you're doing is tying your money up, and you're not making no sales. Okay? Especially what's going on now. Okay? This is what you got to think about, folks. Look, I'm not trying to be a pessimist. I'm more of an optimist than a pessimist. Okay? But I have to tell it. I tell it like it is. I don't, like I said again, I don't sugarcoat anything, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend everything's all happy and glorified in an eBay world. It ain't. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people. They go through other YouTube people that are sellers, resellers on YouTube, and they hear all these stories about, I'm doing good, my sales are doing good, I'm making tons of money, I'm making this much money a month, this much money. There's one commercial, it's a YouTube commercial, and I'm not going to mention a name or anything, but this person talks about selling these crazy type of things. I think you know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to get into it. And they'll tell you how the person's making by selling these items, these whatever you want to call it, 10, 15, 20, 30,000 a month or whatever, 50,000 a month. Then there's another one that goes on. Drives me crazy. I keep clicking it off. How you can make $100,000 a month. Folks, if this was so true, now I'm not saying there aren't people making that kind of, I'm sure there are. Maybe the percentage is very little, okay? But I can't see it. When I see those commercials on YouTube, especially when I'm trying to go to a reseller to listen what they have to say, and I get these commercials, you can make $100,000 a month. $100,000 a month. You realize how much stock or inventory you'd have to have? And these people may be drop shippers, I don't know. Maybe they don't have to touch anything, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how they're doing it. All I'm saying, folks, my father, God rest his soul, used to have a saying, believe what you see and only half of what you hear. The other thing that really cracks me up too is, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but what really cracks up is when people go into their eBay financial listings or their sheets, their accounting sheets, whatever, and they're showing you what they made for the month. That's kind of personal. To me, it's personal. Even if I was doing phenomenal, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell the whole eBay world, hey, I made X amount of money this month. For the year, I made this much money. I'm not going to do that. It's none of nobody's business. It's personal. Okay? Would you want to, and if people say, well, what's so bad about that? Well, I'll tell you what. If it's not a big problem, go put your W-2 on there. If it's not a problem. I'm not going to do stuff like that, folks. And, I mean, I'm sorry if anybody takes it the wrong way, but I don't believe in it. Just like I don't believe in when you go to a thrift store, you've got to come back and tell everybody what you paid for it. Well, I bought this item here for $2, and I bought this item for this amount of money, or I bought that. And then, and I explained this once before, and I'll explain it again because this is a new video. The reason why I don't do that is I went to one reseller's YouTube channel, and this reseller on YouTube has a habit of telling everybody, look, I don't have a problem telling people I go to Goodwill or I go to Salvation Army or the thrift stores. I'll tell you that part. Okay? I picked this up at my local thrift store, whatever. I picked this up at the yard sale. There's only so many places you're going to source, right? You're going to tell people that unless it's top secret. Unless you're the manufacturer, like, maybe you got a little thing going on at your house and you're making your own little widgets or whatever, and if it's something like that, it's a different story. But for the most part, you're going to tell people where you got it from. And the reason why I don't like to disclose the prices I pay for things and what I'm selling for is because when I went on that reseller's YouTube channel, I was reading the comments, and in the comments, I don't know how many were left there. I didn't go through because the person had quite a lot of comments to go through there. It may have been more, may have been less. I don't know. All I remember reading is I came across one. The person said, "How dare you? You go to a thrift store and you're picking an item up for so cheap and you're selling for so much money. That's terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself." And then there was other responses to it as well. I don't remember the reseller. who it was. I don't follow that person right now because, like I said, well, it's just a scroll, but I can't keep following their. I don't watch the YouTube videos as much because I got my own stuff I'm doing. But when I read the comments of that in regards to that, I said to myself, I don't need to have that. I don't need to have people, you know, if I tell you I bought this iPad here, I bought this iPad with the case and all, right? I bought this here, and I got it at a thrift store for $5, okay, a working one, and I sold it for 50, 60 bucks. I don't need people knowing that. My profit margin. Why do you need to know that? Does Walmart tell you what they bought? I know you probably say, oh, come on now you're getting out of hand here. No, but seriously, you know, that's like going to Walmart and saying, hey, listen, what do you get your cost of goods for, and what are you selling for? What's your wholesale cost, and what do you retail for? They're not going to tell you that. I'm sure there's probably a way to find out. I don't know, maybe through the internet. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just using it as an example. It's a crazy example, but I'm just using it. I mean, I think people get too personal. They come out with all this stuff here. And when people sit there saying, I'm going to show you my financial sheets of what I made on Amazon or eBay or Etsy, I think that's irrelevant. You shouldn't have to go telling people. Look, you don't have to prove things to anybody, okay? If you're making money on eBay and you're making a comfortable living, I was watching another reseller, and this reseller does, you know, like town hall meetings, like, you know, a live broadcast on YouTube every Saturday. I don't forget the dates, I forget offhand. And one person, I think it was during a live show, whatever, YouTube show, whatever you want to call it there, asked him, how much do you make on this selling on eBay? And the reseller said, that's personal, it's none of your business. The only thing the seller did say is, I'm making a comfortable living, and left it at that. Okay? Now, if someone was to come out and say, hey, Rich, how much do you make off of eBay? I'm not going to disclose it. I would just be very cordial and say that's personal, and I'm not going to discuss that with anybody, especially in an open forum. It's none of anybody's business. Just like, you know, you get these guys that making tons of cash, and they're driving around in Lamborghinis, and they're living in multi-million-dollar mansions in Beverly Hills, whatever. If I was that loaded, believe me, first off, I wouldn't broadcast it to the world. That's number one. And number two, I would be very discreet about what I do with my money or how I make it as far as that. Well, if someone said, well, how are you making your money? It depends. You know, if you're an inventor or something, like, for example, this is a story I heard a long time ago. We had a dealership over here, a Chevrolet dealership over here on Long Island. And, you know, I believe the person goes, you know, why would they lie? The story goes, I went to a dealership, a Chevy dealership at the time, I had to pick up part for my car. At the time I had a Chevy. And I seen the brand new Corvette there. I don't know if it was the Z series, I think it was. Very expensive Corvette. It was, I think back then, I think it was going for $75,000, something like that. And, you know, I was walking around the showroom, you know, before I went to a parts center, and I'm looking around at this car, and I said, this is a beautiful Corvette. I had one. I had a 75 Stingray. That was the car I always liked. You know, the 4-speed on the floor, black with the saddle interior, split T-tops and all that stuff. The whole 9 yards. I'm not saying it's the greatest car in the world, but for me, I love that series, that year, the 75 Stingray. Anyway, so long story short, I went there looking around, and I'm looking at the Corvette, and I look at the price there, and the guy goes, you like it? I said, it's a beautiful car. I go, you know, it's a little too much for me. And he goes, you know, we had a guy come in, he bought 2 of those. I said, excuse me? He goes, he bought 2. He goes, you know the guy who invented Maglite? I said, I heard of the Maglite. He goes, well, the inventor himself came into that dealership and bought 2 of those Corvettes. He's an inventor. He invented the Maglite. Okay, I'm sure he made tons of money off it, because when that Maglite came out, was first introduced, I don't know how to be back in maybe the 80s or 90s, I think. You know, the guy was probably making money hand over fist. All right. Another story out here I could share from what I heard from a friend. This is a friend that works at a, you know, one of those expensive car dealerships. What do you call them? I can't think of the name offhand. It's those dealers that sell the Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Aston Martins, and so on, and Bentleys. They have 2 locations out here in Long Island. One, I think, well, if you don't live in the island, you don't know, but it's one in Jericho, and there's another one out east. We call it out east. That's for people, you know, that live out in the Hamptons and stuff. Anyway, supposedly, what I was told, that a celebrity, I'm not going to mention name, had purchased 2 Bentleys from this place, the convertible and the 2-door. Yeah, it was a 4-door one they bought, and it was a 4-door sedan Bentley, and the other one was Bentley too, but it was a convertible type. They bought 2 of them. It was a celebrity. I'm not going to mention the name. That's irrelevant. But yeah, you know, these are people that have money to blow. You know, they got money to spend like that, and more power to them. More kudos. You know, you got money like that. That's great. But you know, it is what it is. The point I'm getting at, folks, is you don't have to prove anything to anybody when it comes to selling on eBay. You don't have to disclose your finances with people. You know, it's irrelevant. It's not a need to know basis. You know, if you're making tons of money on eBay, good for you. Good, hey, kudos. I wish you all the best. You know, right now, the way things are going, the way things are going right now with the sales, there's nothing to brag about. The only thing you can brag about, as far as that part, if you want to brag, you can say, I'm not making any sales. That's the only thing you could brag about. Well, yeah, I'll brag. I'm not making any sales. Okay, that's something. That's a different story. That's a horse of a different color. But again, if you're doing really extremely well on it and you're making 6-digit salary off it, kudos and more power to you, folks. That's great. I wish you all the best. You know, but right now, I definitely would not make any claims like that, or get into financial details with anybody for any reason. Okay, and if people say, you know, well, I'm curious, it's none of nobody's business. It's none of nobody's business. Okay, it's somebody's business where you live. It's not anybody's business what kind of car you drive, what kind of clothes you wear. It's irrelevant, you know. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, checking out the Reseller News Weekend. It's July 1st, 2018. My name is Rjpasini. If you like the content I put out, folks, please subscribe to my channel. If you got anything out of it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to check out my listings, I will be dropping in the comments below for all the links, and you can check them out yourself. I wish you all the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Until next time, bye-bye now.